Yo.
Today, we're back, and with everyone's favorite dinosaurs-themed adventures, Extreme Dinosaurs!
That's
No, wait. Dino Riders.
They were, yeah. The Extreme Dinosaurs are actually called Dino Avengers, and they were introduced on Street Sharks, but then they got their own show, Extreme Dinosaurs, with a completely different origin story, and different voice actors for some reason. It was really weird.
It was pretty good. It's Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Yeah, we couldn't think of anything else, so we're doing Jurassic Park. I'd like to do an anime video eventually, but I want to get some of them on DVD and rewatch them. You know, Dragon Ball Z, Death Note, Full Metal Alchemist, Cowboy Bebop, Naruto, all that stuff.
We should do more video game videos.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, Jurassic Park. I don't remember enough about the books, but Michael Crichton, Jurassic Park and the Lost World. It's been years since I read them. I read them back in junior high.
I remember them a lot.
Yeah, I remember a little bit. I know that there was a lot of differences, such as
the lawyer survives at the end.
Yeah,
he's actually instrumental in helping out, escaping.
Yeah. Ian Malcolm died in the first book, and I think he was brought back in the second one. And when Michael Crichton was writing The Lost World, it was kind of like a sequel to the movie rather than the book, because he was writing it as the off of the screenplay, I think, or something. I don't know.
What's weird though, whichever version of the movie you watch, if you watch the director's cut, Muldoon survives.
Yeah, yeah.
And his face is only cut up a little bit despite getting attacked.
And the little girl who got attacked at the beginning of Lost World, they actually went more in depth about that. I think it showed her throughout the book. But yeah, again, they're not really fresh models. But anyway, let's start with the first movie, Jurassic Park, from 1993. Now, a lot of people know this movie is revolutionary looking at dinosaur movies. There have been lots of dinosaur movies, but this is the one when this one first came out, I was like, wow, this is we're in the big time now. This is where dinosaurs actually looked real. The special effects in this were incredible.
This is before CGI got so overdone.
Yeah, it's before they used it for everything. There was some animatronics as well. There were some puppets that looked really good. There's some practical effects too, and so. But yeah, this movie was a game changer. It was revolutionary. Those are the most realistic dinosaurs I've ever seen. Even to this day, the special effects look damn good. They definitely hold up.
The funny thing about that robot is, though, they had a guy cleaning it out, and something broke, and the whole thing snapped shut.
Oh, wow.
So, they had to really work to save him from getting eaten.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, literally, in real life. But yeah, all your favorite characters. Ian Malcolm, played by Jeff Goldblum. But I was in the Fly, and of course Sam Neill as Alan Grant. Who it's weird because when you think about it, they're each sequel had one cast member returning from the original. Lost World had Ian Malcolm, had Jeff Goldblum returning, and Jurassic Park 3 had Sam Neill returning. Then Jurassic World had that one scientist guy returning. His name escapes me at the moment.
Another thing is, though, each new movie brings in dinosaurs we didn't see in the last movie.
Yeah.
In Part 2, you had the little compies. In 3, you had a different breed of raptors altogether, and the Spinosaurus.
Which was kind of the big thing.
And then in World, you had the Indominus Rex, and whatever the fuck that thing
dinosaur
was,
doesn't even
jumping
exist.
out of the water.
Yeah, they made a new dinosaur for that. Yeah, Dilophosaurus.
Something I've been wondering. In the last movie, they were worried about getting sued. Yet they're putting people in little pods.
I know.
Driving around in the middle of dinosaurs.
I can suspend my disbelief about dinosaurs coming back. There's no way that would be an actual thing. That would not be an attraction at a theme park. If they did bring dinosaurs back to life, yada yada, they would never have.
You'd have to sign a waiver here, sign this.
Somebody'd be driving it too. They wouldn't just let.
And it's automated. It's automated. Apparently, are they controlling it?
Yeah, I think they're controlling it. Because remember, they go off the beaten path. They leave through the broken fence or whatever. Oh, John Hammond was in Jurassic The Lost World, and the two kids as well, briefly. But mainly, it's one cast member return from every sequel. I wasn't that impressed by the trailer for the upcoming one. Was it Fallen Kingdom or something? Yeah, Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. I love that Ian Malcolm's back. Jeff Goldblum's returning, and I thought he was awesome in Thor Ragnarok, by the way. It's cool to see him in movies again. I'm glad he's returning, but otherwise it just kind of looked like the same old thing. How many times can they make a movie where, the theme park and something goes wrong? And
several times, apparently.
Yeah. Isla Nublar was the setting for the first one, and I think they should go back to Isla Sorna.
That's the second one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, from Lost
I
World and
was
Jurassic
wondering
Park
though,
3.
that second island, that's like another facility they just like abandoned. Right?
Yeah, pretty much.
They never go into it.
But anyway, yeah, the first one's the best, I think, by far. This is the first time we saw these dinosaurs. They look so real. It was incredible. The special effects is good. The characters are good. Yeah, Ellie Sadler, played by Laura Dern, and of course, as I already said, Samuel and Jeff Goldblum, and Richard Attenborough, and Wayne Knight is the villain. Like, he was funny. I can't remember all the dinosaurs' names.
That was before he was on Seinfeld, wasn't it, or after?
After, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. I believe so. I don't remember all the dinosaurs' names. Of course, we got the Triceratops, the Brontosaurus, which was the T-Rex, and the Raptors. The Raptors are kind of like the main antagonists. They're the main thing they have to get away from. The T-Rex actually saves the day.
I'm wondering though, like Alan Grant says, they're about the size of a chicken. When you see them, like, I think they're a different breed of raptor, like all together. Like maybe.
Well, now they're saying that dinosaurs had feathers, which who really honestly knows. So I guess these aren't really accurate, but in Jurassic World they do say that like they created their interpretation of dinosaurs. So they're not really exact the way they were in the
I want to know like how they got the okay to make more dinosaurs for an actual park when it's proved like 3 times that it goes wrong because people cut corners.
Yeah, something always goes wrong. Like
in the book though, one thing is they're making all female dinosaurs. But yet, they're like some of them are transitioning over, and how the fuck does that happen? It doesn't make any sense.
Finds a way. I think it was interesting the way they did it. Like they had a certain type of frog, like in their DNA. They use DNA from different creatures to fill in the blanks, and then there's a certain kind of amphibian that would like change its gender to reproduce. I think Lost World was kind of a weak sequel. Steven Spielberg did this one too, surprisingly. I think this was pretty weak. It's got Vince Vaughn and Jeff Goldblum returning as Ian Malcolm, but he didn't seem like himself in this. And he has some daughter who like does karate, and she actually she karate kicks a raptor or something.
Gymnastics.
And she taught like as with all movies like
Patrick
this.
Stewart in this movie?
No, it was that guy that looks like a Pete Postlethwaite.
Yeah,
it was that guy who looks like
honestly,
almost just like him.
The best character in this movie is Roland Tembo.
Yeah,
it's like how can you not have a movie around a guy that takes out a T-Rex with a tranq dart, is reloading it as it's coming toward him?
Yeah, you're right.
That was fucking cool.
Julianne Moore was in this as well, and you could bet that her and Vince Vaughn were saying, we're going to be in the Psycho remake someday, and it's going to destroy our careers. Even though Vince Vaughn went on to be in several comedies. But yeah, I think it's kind of a weak sequel. I do love the end when the T-Rex gets loose in the city. That was definitely inspired by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World, which is where Michael Crichton got the title from. I do love the end.
The only bad thing is though that probably inspired Godzilla.
Yeah, the shitty American version from 1998. But yeah, overall, I think this was kind of a letdown. The mercenaries on Isle Sorna and stuff. It's kind of boring. Not really my thing. And then of course we have Jurassic Park 3, which flat out sucks.
But it has so many cool ideas.
Yeah, I know that. What I do appreciate about this movie, though, I think it's like it knows it's a bad movie and is not trying to be like on a huge, massive scale like the first two were. Like it doesn't. It knows what it is, and it doesn't try to be anything different. It's got Sam Neill returning as Alan Grant, who just seems bored, and like the budget seems lower. That the dinosaurs don't look quite as good. The storyline's kind of boring.
What's interesting though, like the thing with like pterodactyls. They cut that from the first movie and put it in this movie.
You're right. And it's got William H. Macy, too. And he was also in the Psycho remake, so do with that what you will. Then what's her name? His ex-wife or whatever. She's so annoying. Oh my gosh. She screams throughout the movie. And it's like, there's freaking dinosaurs. You don't want to be on an island screaming your freaking lungs out when there's dinosaurs. I think the worst scene, one of the worst things I've ever seen in any movie ever, when he's having the dream sequence and the raptor face is like, Alan, a talking raptor. It's a dream, but it's still stupid as hell.
What destroyed the boat at the beginning of the movie, though? That's never explained.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been able to sit through this turd very much. It's the shortest. Thankfully, it's the shortest of the series, but it's definitely the weakest. However, I think, honestly, I'm sorry, I know a lot of people disagree. I think this is the best sequel, Jurassic World. I think this was way better than Lost World and Jurassic Park 3. One thing I appreciate about this movie is we actually see a fully functioning theme park with the dinosaurs. We actually see people, we actually see customers, we actually see park attendees actually in the park and things going wrong with people actually at the park. It's not, It's not a bunch of lawyers and scientists testing the park to see if it's safe. It's actual people in an opened attraction.
Now, to be fair, the only reason the first one fails is because Dennis Nedry is greedy.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, now we got new characters. Owen Grady, played by Chris Pratt, and Claire, played by
Star-Lord.
yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Claire, played by Bryce Dallas Howard,
Now that I think
who was
about
able to
it,
outrun a T-Rex wearing high heels.
Now that I think about it, like, why would you not have enhanced security around the room where you have all your dinosaur sperm?
Yeah,
Like, so he could just walk in there.
Yeah.
And take it.
And the one scientist guy he's like Asian. He returns from the first movie. He's like the only returning cast member. He's kind of like a bad guy now.
Yeah, was that like a deleted scene?
Probably. And Vincent D'Onofrio is a villain here as well. I kept like thinking about Men in Black. I was like, why doesn't he just rip his skin off and become a giant cockroach and fight the dinosaurs? He's awesome as Kingpin. Though.
And why did they put a tracker where the Indominus Rex are like clawed out?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
And how the hell does it go invisible? Like,
yeah,
I can understand like blending in a little bit with like the scenery, but like not completely stand over top of you, not being able to see it, invisible.
And at the end, when they're like have the raptors like going after it, and then like it communicates with the raptors, like it's part raptor. Oh my god, duh! Like, are you stupid? Of course it's part raptor. How is it not obvious? It looks like a huge raptor. The Indominus Rex, I think, is the only dinosaur in the series that was made up that didn't actually exist.
Yeah, I don't see dinosaurs going invisible.
Yeah.
I did like how they brought the T-Rex from the first movie back.
Yeah, I know. Was it? Now, my question is, was that T-Rex the same one at the end of The Lost World? Or was it a different T-Rex? I know it's the same one as the first movie.
I think it's the one from Jurassic Park.
Well, yeah, in Jurassic World, but I'm saying, like, is the T-Rex at the end of The Lost World the same T-Rex as the one in Jurassic Park? We know it's obviously not the same one in Jurassic Park 3, because that one got killed by the Spinosaurus, but...
That was a shock. I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah,
That's a good question, though.
We got Allosaurus.
Never thought about it.
Got all kinds of dinosaurs. Pterodactyls. Yeah, that one in the water, the name escapes me.
I didn't know to jump out of the water to grab the that was weird.
Yeah. And the over-the-top death for the two kids in Jurassic Park. They're like aside from Owen and Claire, they're like the main characters. Their nanny or whatever.
She should have been the main character.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna die because she hardly had any lines and she barely talked. Like she's gonna die. She might as well have had victim on her.
I'm surprised it took so long for everything to go wrong. To be honest,
yeah, I know. But yeah, I really like Jurassic World.
How long did it take? Like almost an hour.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm glad Owen and Claire are returning, and I'm really glad Ian Malcolm is returning. But the thing is, I wish Alan Grant would return too. But the thing is, like. Yeah, the trailer wasn't that impressive. It kind of looked like the same old thing. But I want to see other prehistoric animals. I want to see, like, woolly mammoths, and
tigers, short-faced bear.
I want to see a plesiosaur. Like, you saw that other water dinosaur. I want to see another aquatic. I want to see a plesiosaur.
Didn't we see one of those in the first movie?
I don't think there was any water dinosaurs until...
I could have sworn there was something, like, in the lake when they were doing the panorama.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Anyway.
And maybe Jurassic Park 3.
Another thing we have to talk about, like, when she's smearing the shit on herself, she's doing it all slow and sexy. Like, why?
Yeah, weird. Yeah, I want to see a plesiosaur. I want to see a woolly mammoth, a saber-toothed tiger, a smilodon, I guess is what that's called.
So does Chris Pratt, like, have a chip in his head or something that lets him communicate with them telepathically? Or
yeah, with the raptors,
something?
Yeah.
Because
who's the alpha? You're looking at him.
Because it doesn't make any sense, okay?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, overall, pretty good franchise. I think the second and third films are pretty weak. I need to read the books again.
It has more shortcomings than good things about it.
Which one?
All of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a
you cut corners, that's what you fucking get.
Well, I think the first one's really good, and I know that Jurassic World's just kind of like cheesy, dumb entertainment. It's not as groundbreaking as the original, but I think that was probably the best sequel. I think that Lost World and Jurassic Park 3 are pretty weak, especially Jurassic Park 3. Oh gosh, I'll probably never.
The only problem is, though, like, once you see them like once or twice, you don't want to watch them anymore.
True. Yeah, you kind of know all the, and something always goes wrong, just like, and we always know which characters are going to die and which ones aren't. It's like so obvious.
For this movie, like, you should have everybody survive to the end as they're celebrating. Like, just Bigfoot just comes down and stomps.
Yeah.
Surprise somebody. That came out of nowhere.
They should have like prehistoric like apes, like in Primal Rage, like Blizzard and what's his name? That'd be awesome. Yeah, like some.
Now I'm thinking about it.
The Triassic period of the Mesozoic.
Yeah, that would be actually. How would they?
We should see other eras too, not just the Jurassic Age. We should see like other.
That's what a lot of people care about.
Or ancient animals. Oh yeah, well, giant insects, maybe. I don't know. Something to keep it fresh. Jurassic Park.
What was the name of the movie where that guy tried to fight that giant mosquito with a chainsaw?
Mosquito?
It's...
Gunnar Hansen was in it?
Yeah.
1995, yeah. And then the girl, the mosquito, what do they call it? Like its tongue or whatever?
Proboscis?
Yeah, proboscis. That thing, like, stabs the girl in the ass and, like, starts, like, sucking her blood. Like, in the tent.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe Gunnar Hansen returned. Like, I can't believe he agreed to play in that. He was like always like he was never proud of playing Leatherface. Like he was just like, oh, it's just a part that I played. He was never like, as excited. He was never excited about playing Leatherface.
He gets the chainsaw like, oh yeah, I know how to use this.
Yeah. But he was a freaking mosquito. Yeah, that was a good little nod. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah. The mosquito effect was actually not too bad. It was actually kind of cool looking. It was pretty fake, but
they didn't use CGI, did they?
I don't think so. Maybe in some shots, but I think a lot of times it was an animatronic puppet.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's check out Mosquito. You haven't already.
Giant mosquitoes. That is something for Park.
There you go.
Another thing. How do you get one little mosquito and suddenly you can power a whole park with that? How does that work?
I know.
Oh, God.
They would reanimate all these dinosaurs. I mean, like all these different species and stuff. Wouldn't there be other animals wouldn't there be other DNA mixed? Who knows? Yeah, I guess the reason.
You know, it'd be actually cool. Like they start splashing together stuff from like different eras together. Like Velociraptor, saber-tooth tiger, T-Rex, and woolly mammoth.
Some mutants, you get a hybrid.
I know, right?
But yeah, I guess the reason she could outrun the T-Rex in heels when the T-Rex couldn't even when they wouldn't the convoys or whatever, the things in the first movie, the vehicles, like the T-Rex, they could barely evade a T-Rex in one of those, yet she could outrun it in heels. The T-Rex was older. It aged a lot. It was old.
And they somehow just by slamming on the brakes and it runs past.
Yeah. But she can outrun it in heels. Yeah, whatever. They're not going to do that in the next movie.
Nope.
They will not.
Well, I've covered everything I want to cover.
Yeah, I think we about covered it. Jurassic Park. Overall, I'd say definitely see the first movie if you haven't already. Definitely skip Jurassic Park 3. Maybe see Lost World just for the ending, just for the climax. And Jurassic World's pretty good too. So definitely read the books and play the video games on the Super Nintendo. Jurassic Park 2, The Chaos Continues, is one of the most frustrating games I've ever played. I hate that fucking game. It's so damn hard. It pisses me off every time I play it. So try to avoid that like a disease-ridden horror. But go ahead and play the first game because it's pretty fun, even though it's like has barely anything to do with Jurassic Park. Who are you supposed to be playing as? Like who are you? Who's the playable character? It doesn't look like anybody from the movie Smokey the Bear or some shit. I don't know. All right. Well. I'm Hellhound.
I'm Spellbinder.
And until next time.